Alright, so this is MatricX 1.5.0, and for those of you who don't know what MatricX is a brand new Blender add-on which is built to apply materials instantly, and it's specifically made for beginners who are trying to achieve the realistic texture look but can't really do it because the whole way is taking too much time, like you have to UV and wrap your model and finding the good material, or you have to have some knowledge in the node shader. But when you're installing the MatricX Pro or MatricX Lite, you'll get access to easy texturing. Like, you don't really need any knowledge in the node shader because everything can be handled inside the MatricX Pro. So your job only is to choose your material and imperfection and then adjust a few settings, and that's it. Now in the 1.5.0 version, you'll get access to two new features. One which is decal. So with this feature, you can able to apply any decals to your model instantly. And also we have another feature which is a viewport material. So with this feature, you can able to apply materials to your viewport model and see how it looks, because that is really important. If your model looks empty and the plain white color, it's really hard to work with. And if you're a concept artist or a hot surface artist and want to get a cleaner result and a color breakup, this is the essential features for you. Now MatricX comes with two versions. One which is MatricX Lite, which is completely free, and the other one which is MatricX Pro. So in MatricX Lite, you'll be limited with some of the features and materials. It's just for a trial version. If you like it, you can upgrade to Pro. Now where you can find this add-on? Just scroll down to the description and find the link and download it. And once you download it, you come up to Edit and Preferences, and just like any add-on, you click on the little arrow and then click on Install Disk, and then choose your downloaded file and install it. It's that simple. And once it's get installed, make sure to check this little white box, and also you can expand this section to get more information about this tool. Right now it has 396 decals, but when you install it, you only get like 49 decals. I don't know, like 40 or 49. And then you can import your favorite library. Like you can get the package like decal packs from the Gumroad or Blender Market, download it, and then import it into your decal pack. We'll talk that about in a minute, but for now we can just start focusing on understanding the tool and know how it works. So first, let's cover with the material. So in order to apply material, we need a mesh, right? So I'm going to add a sphere, and to choose the material, you come up to this material section and then click on this material tab. And from there you need to choose your material. So we have a metal, special matte, plastic, and like all the essential materials that you need for a hot surface models. And I'm going to choose metal, and from there you can choose your color. And if you want to view all the material, so in the metal we got a few collections. So by just clicking on this thumbnail, it will expand all the collection in the metal. And just like that, for every collection, the material will be expanded by clicking on this preview. Let me choose the metal, and I want to make it a bit darker, and then adjust the roughness a bit and click on apply. And that's it. We got our metal material. And this is not something like new to you, because you can easily do that in the shader by adding a new BSDF shader and then setting the color and metal value, and you get the same result. But in MatricX, you got a new option under the base material which is called imperfection. So by clicking on this plus button, it will show up all the imperfections. So right now we have like 6 to 7 imperfection. So first let me just choose this fingerprint and click on OK. Alright, now that the fingerprint gets applied, but it's too bright. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to scroll down and reduce the opacity to 0.4. And also change the color to be like a gray or mid gray. And also I'm going to set the opacity to 0.2. That would be nice. And also have all the important settings over there in the panel. So I can change the size of the fingerprint by reducing it to 0.3. Let's set to 0.31. That's it. And this is the first layer of imperfection. and we can stack up to 6 to 7 layers of imperfections. Because in real world object, it doesn't have one imperfection, it has many, like a scratch, like a dust. So just like that, to achieve the same result and the realism, we click on this plus button and then choose our second layer. So I'm going to choose a scratch paint and click on OK. There you have it. It got some nice scratches going on the surface, and I can change the color. Let's just make it a bit black like that. That's looking too awesome. And I can just add multiple layers, but you just get the point. You can test it out and see which type of imperfection you want to affect your material, and then click on OK. And at any time, you can come up to your imperfection and adjust those settings. Now let's talk about the live mapping. So let's say you are a cube and then you choose a material. So in special mat, I'm going to choose this camo and click on apply. Alright, so the camo material is applied, and for now I'm going to turn off the live scaling and live rotation, because by default whenever you apply a material there is nothing shows up here, because this is a new option we bring to 1.5.0 version. So this is the default material, and if I scale it like this, you can see that the texture gets stretched. It's not looking professional, right? So in order to fix that, you need to press Ctrl A and then apply the scale. So that is the way the old method is. But now you can enable these two options. So this will act as a live controlling. So whenever time you scale or adjust, the texture will be not get affected. And it doesn't matter if you rotate it or if you scale it. If you just scale it in one direction, everything will be live. Alright, now let's talk about the panel updation. So let's say this is one material. So I'm going to apply the camo and then duplicate this one and move it aside. And this one would be like, I don't know. Let's just choose this one, this camo. So now we got two materials. So let's say if I want to access to this one, the panel is different. So how am I supposed to adjust this one? It's very simple. By clicking on your object, that settings will be displayed in the panel. So if you want to change the color, you can do it. And as well as if you want to change this one, you can select this and then adjust the settings. Now let's talk about the separation. So let's say if I add a material, so for now I'm going to add a fingerprint and then apply the material. And I'm going to duplicate this one and move it aside. So let's say if I want to make this one texture looks random, because right now they both are similar. And if I want to adjust this one specifically, I go to the panel and then adjust the scaling. And you can see that it affects the both meshes. So how I'm going to only change this one? It's very simple. In the panel, at the bottom you can see a copy icon. So by clicking on this, it will unlink the material. So right now this is a separate one, this is a separate one. And if I adjust this one, it will only affect this selected one. It no longer connected, so you can adjust it and scale. And if you want to relink, you can select the both and press Ctrl L and then click on link material. So that will link it. Next, let's talk about the decals. So when you go to the decal panel, you'll get access to many decals, but right now I'm imported many. By default, you'll get access to the MatricX decal. So I'm going to choose this one, and yeah, let's just use this HD. So before that, I would like to apply a material. So make it a black metal, apply shade smooth, put the decal, and to project the decal, it's very simple. Just click on this place decal button and then choose your target, like where you want to place decal. So let's say if I want to place over here, I just simply left click. And that's it, the decal is placed. But right now you can see that the decal is kind of clipping. So to fix this, you have two workflow. One which is enable the pie. So if I hold the Control, Shift and D key, this will open up the MatricX decal pie. So by clicking on this project with left click, this will project the decal and fix the clipping. And the other way, which is doing the box project. So by just holding the Control Shift D and opening the menu, just like same. And if I hold the Control or Alt or Shift, like any key you can hold. So I'm going to hold the Control key and then left click on this project. So this will bring up this rectangular box, and I'm going to adjust it like this and then click on left click. And this will also helps to project the surface. Both are work similar, but if you want more control, you can use the second one, but overall they both works. And in the pie we have a more cool features. So let me just enable the pie, and if I click on the surface and opacity, I can adjust the opacity of the decal. So I can make it a lighter, I mean like less bright, so that way the decal blend with the material. And I have a few more settings. If I click on the reposition, this will help me to project the decal across the surface. And I can then fix the clipping by clicking on this one. And then we have delete decal. So by clicking on this will delete the decal. And then we have a scale and rotation. So by left clicking on this, now this decal get ready to scale. So by normally, when you scroll your mouse wheel, this will start rotating the decals. If you want to scale down or scale it big, you can hold the shift key and then scroll your mouse. So this will make the decal smaller. By scrolling down, you can make it small. By scrolling up, you can make it big. And by just scrolling without any shift holding key, you can rotate the decal. And then you can project it. So that's the essential controls that you need to know about the decal. And let's say if you want to import a decal, it's very simple. First, you need a decal pack. You can get it from Gumroad or from any favorite artist. And once you have your decal pack, you can click on this download button and go to your decal pack, like where you save your decals. And you can make sure it's unzipped. And let me choose any one of my decals. So let's say this one. And I want to choose the flow decal, and you can see I have my full decal library, and I can click on this import decal. And that's it. The decal is get import. And if I want to add this one, because this one is kind of different from what we did. This one is a label, and this one is like a surface type of decal. And for this one, we got a lot more settings. So I'm gonna click on the place decal and project it on my surface. Alright, now the decal is placed. So first let me just fix the projection. And right now the decal has a different color because the surface, the base material has a different one and the decal has a different color. So in order to apply to match the material, what you need to do is hold the Shift Control D to get access to the pie menu and click on the material base. And from here, click on this match material target. Match target material. And you can see that nothing has changed because in decal there are two types of matching. One which is a subset base and one is a main base. We changed the main one, which is the border. The border has the same material right now. So in order to change the main one, we need to fix the subset base decal. Get back to the decal pie menu and you can see that we have a subset base. Click on this one and then click on match subset to target. So this will copy the material to the subset decal. So that way the decal has the consistent color. So you don't really have to go to the shader and then finding the material and plug it. Everything can be handled inside the pie menu. Alright, now let's talk about the viewport material. So let's say if I'm working with the concept art of any model. Right now I can just do some basic blockouts. So I'm doing a rough sketch. And let's say if I want to apply material, I can go to the viewport and then click on this color and then choose any color you want and then click on this apply selection. So that will apply the color to your viewport material. And if you want to apply a different color to your next mesh, you can select that and then choose a different color and then click on apply. And let's say if this one needs to be a different color, so let me just duplicate this one. And let's say if I want to be like this one to different color, if I change this, this will also affect this one. So in order to make this one as a specific, I can click on this icon over here And then if I change the color, this will only affect the selected material. And if you want a quick material, you can choose your mesh and then click on the material. And also we have something called random. And if you don't like how the material looks, you can simply select all and click on random viewport color. This will give some random color. And if something that clicks you can select that. So yeah, that is MatricX Pro. And if you want to test it, you can always download the light version. And the link will be in the description. Get the free version, test it for a few days, and if you like it, you can upgrade to Pro and then maximize your workflow. And in this video, I'm just showing you how to use MatricX Pro. And if you want a in-depth tutorial on texturing, like a practical model, and I'm demonstrating on how to make the real texture, just let me know in the comments. I can make a dedicated video on that. And if you have any questions about any tools, or if you're uncertain about if it's work for you, just write an email to me or DM me on my Instagram. I can clear it out and tell me whether if it's suit for you or not. So yeah, that's pretty much it. See you in the next one.